Hello, everybody, and good evening, and welcome to Ljubljana, Slovenia. It's the FIBA Basketball World Cup European Qualifiers, and it's game day 5, and what a game. Slovenia taking on Croatia. And quite simply, folks, it doesn't get any better than this. When you look at the star-studded rosters that have turned out for this game tonight, this crowd here in Ljubljana, without a doubt, incredibly excited to see Luka Doncic and co. But here are the standings. Finland winning already tonight over Sweden, 85-69. So they will remain up at the top of Group B. And Slovenia 2-2, Croatia 1-3. Croatia, because Sweden have not won tonight, that means that they do not have to win just to survive. But at the end of the day, every single game counts, every win counts, because these teams will indeed go over these wins and losses carry over into that next round. So you need the wins to finish in the top 3 of the second round if indeed you do progress. So everybody has been ready for this one for a long time, remembering how incredible the impact was from Luka Doncic on the team that played at the Olympics. And remember, Slovenia won the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament in Lithuania, then finished 4th at the Olympics. They came very close to making it to the final, though beaten by France. But Goran Dragic has made his return, come out of retirement. We thought we'd seen the last of Goran Dragic, but the MVP of the FIBA Eurobasket back in 2017, when a teenaged Luka Doncic was his teammate, has decided to come back and play. His brother Zoran is also back, and of course Zoran did play at the Olympics, but Zoran wasn't able to play. He was injured at FIBA Eurobasket 2017. So quite a few talking points here tonight. It's really interesting. And with Bojan Bogdanovic also coming back to play for Croatia. Of course, his team not successful at home. They didn't make it. They didn't win their FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament to make it to Tokyo. But there he is, Goran Dragic. The crowd, they love him. I mean, really, everybody in European basketball, for the most part, loves that man for everything that he's given to his team, all of the teams that he's played for. He plays with so much heart. Alexei Nikolic was also in that Eurobasket squad, of course. Shot to prominence, Edo Muric comes out, already 29 years of age. Mike Tobey, you can't say enough about what this man has meant as the naturalized player for Slovenia. Jakub Blažić, again, one of the great Slovenian players really for the last decade, comes out. And Gregor Hrovat as well gets the big introduction. All of these guys, Žiga Dimec, of course, mans that low post and maybe doesn't have the glamour but he has a very effective game. Zoran Dragic, of course, comes out now and also gets to high fives. It's a good team. It's a team without Klemen Prepelic, but you know what? The strength of a national team program, you have to be very good 1 through 12. Now listen to the roar that's going to happen when Luka Doncic comes out here in just a second. It is going to be pretty loud, I would suggest. And here he is. Some people might say already the top player in the world, certainly one of the top players in the world. And you know that Slovenia, when they've got Luka Doncic, they are going to be quite an opponent for Croatia. But Croatia, again, with Bojan Bogdanovic, one of their greatest all-time players. I mean, the numbers back it up when you look at how well he has played over the years for his national team. He has been sensational. So we are going to pause for the playing of the national anthems. Well, there you have it, folks. The national anthems have been played, and it is, remember, a national team, and the countries are going to be watching, not just the fans in this arena, but they will be looking back in Croatia. They'll be watching, obviously, everywhere in Slovenia, and people outside the country. They'll always be asking, how did the national team do last night? Did we get the win in Slovenia? Look at the crowd rocking and rolling here in Ljubljana, getting ready for this incredible game. And what a great refereeing crew as well that we have. Johan Rosso from France in the middle, Luis Castillo from Spain on the left, and Michael Proch from Poland on the right. So the starting five tonight for Croatia: Mario Hezonja, Mateo Dreznik, Roko Rogic, Ivica Zubac, and Bojan Bogdanovic. So the reserves also coming out. A lot of good players coming off the bench as well for Croatia: Zizic, Dragan Bender, and Damir Mulimirovic, the head coach. Of course, you'll remember him if you followed Croatian basketball over the years. Used to play for the national team himself, was an exciting point guard. Goran Dragic, all 36 years old of him. Edo Muric, Mike Toby, Zoran Dragic, and Luka Doncic in the starting five for Slovenia. And let's say Nikolic, Blažić, Horvat, Jimec, Glas, Matsura, and Čebasic coming off the bench. And coach Sekulic. And for those of you who want to, you need a translator for some of these placards and everything else that you see in this great town. You see the Slovenian fans lifting up Moj Tim, M-O-J, and then T-I-M, and it means my team. So the accordion is playing, the crowd is singing, and we've got ourselves a good old-fashioned derby. Both of these teams many years ago used to play as part of Yugoslavia, and of course it's been 3 decades since they have played on their own, and really just shows the depth of talent in this region that you have so many good national teams. We've been to both to watch the Croatians play. We've been to Slovenia to watch them play. And now we're going to watch both of these teams trade blow in the latest edition of Slovenia v. Croatia. And really it's tempting to harp a lot about the likes of, well, not just that guy on the accordion, but Luka Doncic and Bojan Bogdanovic. I mean, both of those guys are two of the best international basketball players that we've ever seen. You remember Bojan Bogdanovic, how he played at the Olympic qualifying tournament in 2016 when he and Dario Saric got Croatia to the Rio Olympics, and of course Luka Doncic and that unforgettable display that he put on to get his team to the Tokyo Olympics. And Goran Dragic, the former Eurobasket MVP 2007, Ivica Zubac, he will be big tonight. So Slovenia come into this 2-2, Croatia 1-3. The games do not become any bigger. Well, I think we might. Are we going to throw that up again? Johan Rosso throwing up the jump ball. And I think they're going to reset the game clock. So the French referee is going to do it again. Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Ljubljana, Slovenia. This is the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2023 European Qualifiers. We're underway between Slovenia and Croatia. Zubac adjudged to have jumped too soon, I think, to win that jump ball. So now Slovenia have it, and Luka Doncic goes in, and some rim protection early on. Edo Muric, though, comes out and hits the three-pointer. You talk about veterans. These Slovenia players, most of them have been around the block a few times with their national team. Zubac backing up Toby and hands it off down low cleverly. Excellent play. And Jereznik goes up and scores. Zoran Dragic is off the mark. Excuse me, Goran Dragic is off the mark. And now answering it like for like, Hezonja. So Goran Dragic has his first basket. Here's the lift up to the lob rather to Toby, and he's fouled. Hezonja whistled for the personal. You know, maybe of all the players that has something to prove, it's that man right there. You know, so long, so highly rated, and you can see why maybe he doesn't agree with that call. But there's definitely some contact, and usually the attacking player is going to be rewarded, and Mike Toby was indeed. The naturalized spot for Slovenia has just been so crucial for their success. Before Toby, there was Anthony Randolph, and Slovenia now go back in front 7-4. Bogdanovic has the ability to take it over, but has the ball knocked away and quickly down the other way. Three-point shot. And here comes Slovenia again. And perhaps one step too many for Goran Dragic. This is the deciding window in terms of who moves on to the second round. Sweden now on the back foot after today's loss. Bogdanovic off target, good rebound, Hezonja. Nice patience, and goes up and scores with the left hand. Doncic. drives in and does what Luka Doncic does. And the whistle blows as well. That is a routine Luka Doncic layup. With an opponent behind him, an opponent in front of him, and he just doesn't know the word stop. He is going to take it all the way. So Doncic takes his time and misses the free throw. But he's on the board. 4 of the 5 players for Slovenia have already scored. Roko Rogic hands it off. Hezonja. Zubac in the lane, and here comes Doncic. Brezhnik trying to stay with Doncic, who goes behind his back to Toby, and that shot was short. I'll tell you what, we didn't see many of those shots stay out on their way to Tokyo. Hezonja short, and Zoran Dragic rebounds and runs. Zoran Dragic fouled from behind. So Roko Rogic called for the personal. You know, he has to have that enormous respect for Goran Dragic, but probably loves playing against him. And there's Luka Doncic for 3. And Croatia will not want this Slovenia team to get the wind in their sails, because they can pour in the points in a hurry. Brezhnik. Bogdanovic down on the baseline. They pass it around, and Brezhnik, and shot clock violation. Didn't get it off before the 24. Damir Mulamirovic pacing nervously over there in front of the bench. Just over 1,000 fans from Croatia at the game. It's only about an hour and a half away from Zagreb to Ljubljana, so you understand how this is a derby between these two great sporting nations. They scrap for the ball. Toby comes up with it. And the drive and the block, and Goran Dragic is going to the line as well. Just a little bit of confusion there with Rogic and Hezonja, both of them battling for the rebound, and they end up giving away 2 points, possibly 3 if this free throw goes in. So we've got a timeout. Slovenia lead at 14-6. Let's go down to the bench. That was Luka Doncic's first 3 of the game. And I'm pretty sure that if you polled everybody, well, definitely in Slovenia, but a lot of people around the world, a lot of them would say that man right there is the best player in the world. If they don't say he's the best, they say he will be the best soon. Of course, I'm not sure how many people in Croatia would say that. Look at that. But in terms of big game performers, you can expect. Zucic has checked into the game. You can expect Bojan Bogdanovic to relish this occasion. Never seen any player embrace the challenge like that guy. But Goran Dragic does indeed complete the three-point play, and Slovenia already up by 9 points. Dreznik, very tough pass, well read, and Zizic, who's checked into the game, hands it off to Zucic, who misses. And this is where you wonder, some of the guys coming off the bench, how are they going to get into the flow of this contest? Especially once Doncic starts pulling the strings, and an offensive foul called on Edo Muric. Yeah, moving screen. And you can tell by the expression on the face of the referee, Johan Grosso, that was an easy call. And good deny defense, and he gets it right back, and that's when you know you got a good player. He puts it behind him, and now Mulamirovic is giving the referee an earful. And that's just great defense. Love seeing those coaches wearing those casual sports shoes with the suits. One of the great developments in basketball. Here is Doncic. Steps back, no. Gets it back. Will he go? And he is fouled by Zizic. When you look at Doncic in this case right here, you just feel like he is dangerous. He can make that shot. He can do anything from any spot on the court. And the chance of Luka. And this is why the NBA superstar comes back to play for his country. He absolutely understands the significance of the moment, of his presence here in Ljubljana in front of his home folk, and also how he is needed if Slovenia are going to make it to the World Cup. 7 points already for Luka Doncic. Rogic. And Zuk driving and missing. Zucic. And driving in and high off the glass is Dragic. He wanted the foul as well. But, you know, we talked about not letting them get the wind in their sails. Well, right now, boy, the wind is blowing. And as so many teams discovered when they took on this Slovenia team and made it to Tokyo, this is a team that you do not want to fall behind. Dragic, another drive, another layup, and the lead is ballooned to 15. Croatia already over the limit in fouls. It has not been a good opening 6.5 minutes for Croatia. Toby rebounds, outlet to Goran Dragic. Dragic, a little long, and his brother gets the rebound. Luka Doncic takes the bump, hands it off to Toby, and he's going to the line, fouled by Rogic. This team is absolutely irrepressible, folks. Look at this. And Doncic has something to say to that Croatia defense. You don't want any of this. Rogic goes out. There is nowhere else, nowhere as Gnjedic checks into the game for Croatia. Nowhere if you're a Slovenian, and really nowhere if you're a fan of international basketball that you want to be right now. If you're not watching this game, if you're in Slovenia and you're not in this arena, you want to be watching it. This is powerful stuff being delivered by Slovenia. 23-6. Dragic whistled for the block. It is breathtakingly good stuff. Dragic is going to check out. Hear the applause, and Blažić comes into the game. I alluded to him early on. Dragic hears the love, feels the love from the fans. But Blažić comes in. Nobody's been as important as that guy. He just gets his first rebound, hands it off. Nobody's been as important as him really in the last decade for this Slovenia team. Always answers the call to the national team. Jaka Blažić. Here's Doncic from deep. Goodness me, 23-6, 2.5 minutes remaining, and reaching in, forcing the steal, Doncic, or coming up with the steal, and now driving in, and the dunk! And Edo Muric brings out the guns. It's like a hurricane has descended upon Ljubljana. Croatia doesn't know what's hit them. How are they going to respond? A long three. And boy, it is going from bad to worse right now for the team in white. Doncic has the basketball in his hands as he crosses midcourt. Another lob. And Toby. And they're making it look easy. 27-6. I mean, the return of Goran Dragic has been important, and it has been welcomed, and it has been celebrated by Slovenia. As Toby goes out, Muric goes out, but there is no doubt about it, folks. When Luka Doncic plays for Slovenia, they go from a very good national team to a team that is capable of winning any game. The drive, the miss. Žiga Dimec hands it off to Luka Doncic. Just sit back and enjoy it, folks. Here's Blažić. Good rebound, Zubčić. Croatia, they need to get it going. Good pass to Zizic. And the blocking foul's been called on Blažić. Good answer. If you're Croatia, you're not going to get it all back at once, but you need to get good shots. You got to play the D, and you got to get some rebounds. That's on your boy. That was a crisp pass into the lane, and Zizic is going to the free throw line. And Croatia is a country of basketball legends. I mean, they would compete with any team in Europe for that mantle. Drazen Petrovic, Dino Raja, all looking back at all of those great contributions over the years. And in more recent times, as we've said, Bojan Bogdanovic, Dario Saric, but they've got their work cut out for them tonight, trying to slow down this man. Doncic gets inside, puts it up. He cannot be stopped. He is just utterly dominating. 9 points for Doncic. Hezonja dribbles it off of his foot. Down 21 points inside the final minute of the opening quarter, Croatia. They've got to stop the bleeding. But how do you stop it when this man has the basketball? Here he goes. Three-point shot, and Blažić misses. They get the rebound, Dimec. And Doncic is fouled as he goes up. Gnjedic thought he had a clean block. Well, there's only going to be one player that gets that call. That's going to be Luka Doncic. I could be wrong, but I think if this guy ran for president in Slovenia, he might have a chance of winning. I mean, that's how popular he is. Dallas Mavericks superstar. And now it's all about Slovenia playing for his country. And the fans in the presence of greatness. I mean, there's no other way to put it. It is an honor for everybody in this arena to watch that man play, what he can do. They'll be able to say, I was there when Luka Doncic played Croatia in the World Cup, in the FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers on June 30th, 2022. Croatia now in real trouble. They want to get the last shot here. Perkovic gets it to Žižić outside. Zubčić for three. And Hrovat. Well, it doesn't matter. Ball goes out of bounds. The quarter ends. And already we are seeing the might of Slovenia. Question is, has a foul been called here? Zubčić launches the three. He's a good three-point shooter, but ooh, yeah, I think that was definitely a foul from behind, but I think the clock had already expired. They're going to look at it, but it looked to me like there's no way that was a foul. Look at that clock. Oh, well, maybe not actually. There might be 0.1 or 0.2. Depends. I mean, this is the good news in terms for basketball. You got this video replay, but it's bad news for Croatia if they go over and decide there was time. This would be like piling on the agony. Ooh. I fear for Croatia here. It looks like Vidinic might have committed the foul. Vidinic. So indeed, Slovenia going to get an opportunity. Gregor Hrovat is going to go to the line, and just when you thought it couldn't get any worse for Croatia, it does. But the story of the game for Slovenia has been a fast start engineered by Doncic, by Dragic, roared on by this incredible crowd. Doncic with 11 points, 4 assists, 9 points for Goran Dragic, 1 steal, 6 points for Mike Toby, 5 for Edo Muric. And that is how the first quarter mercifully comes to an end for Croatia. More points for Slovenia. They are on top 33-8 over Croatia. Well, you can imagine the shooting numbers a little bit better when you look at that top score there, 33-8. Indeed, 9 of 11 at the line as well for Slovenia. So when they're getting fouled, they're going to the line and making them. And here's a look back at Edo Muric and Slovenia getting off to a fast start. That was actually a good play there. The Dresnik basket right at the start. And there was Doncic just saying, make sure you count that as I go to the line. And this is Doncic with the lob to Toby. Well, if you don't have it already, folks, download the app Courtside 1891. And when you're on the go, you can check out all the action live, or you can watch replays. So second quarter action underway. Slovenia on top 33-8. And the foul called. So many people interested in this game, getting all types of social media messages from friends. We're watching the game. It's so exciting to see. Of course, we're talking about Luka Doncic. All beautiful. Nice layup. Rogic and Croatia could use some easy baskets here as they just try to creep back into the game. So a foul called, turns it back over. And the drive, and the foul has been called. So Rogic goes to the line and misses the first. And when you're down by 23 points, missing free throws is not a good recipe for a comeback. A foul on Alexei Nikolic. Shaking his head, knowing can't afford to be missing anything at this stage from the charity stripe. Goran Dragic back in the game. Over to Blazic, gets it back. Dragic, and hits the open jumper. Rogic left his feet, flew out of bounds, and Dragic says, you're going to give me this easy baseline jumper, I'll take it every time. Bogdanovic. Outside, gets it back, puts up a three. And Rogic gets the rebound. Now up ahead, Blazic. Outside, Dragic, good! Zoran Dragic. You just see the expressions on the faces of the fans. They're just sitting back and appreciating a masterpiece. Zubats fouled down low by Giga Dimets. So Chabasic goes out. And here is Bogdanovic looking for a foul. Whistle doesn't blow. Blazic. Toby for three. Hezonja brings it up the floor. Hezonja has the ball stripped out of his hands, but he's fouled. So the foul called on Blazic for the reach. More times than not, they're going to call that. You don't need to be quizzing the referee on that one when you're up 38-11. Hezonja at the line. Well, the Croatia supporters talked about 1,000 coming to watch this game. It's only about an hour and a half away. It's not like Croatia have come with a bad team. Maybe you could say they don't have the chemistry or whatever, but at the end of the day, they're taking on an awesome array of talent in this Slovenia team. Dragic from the baseline. Well, that's his spot on the court, isn't it? And don't look now, but look who's leading this team in scoring. It's Goran Dragic with 14 points. Zubats turns, nice soft shot, gets it to drop. Remember, Finland already winning today in Group C, 85-69 over Sweden. And a foul out on the perimeter. And Goran Dragic fouled by Rogic. Watch this. Toby was involved. Third foul on Rogic. Well, anybody that watched this Croatia team in the last window will know that maybe this is not a bad development getting Goran Filipovic into the game, because he absolutely went off against Sweden. Basically rescued his team with 29 points in that game that they won in double overtime. And he was making some crazy shots. Dragic, meanwhile, takes the lead up to 42-15. And he makes one of two, 42-15. Excuse me, two of three rather. Bogdanovic. Oh, that's tough for Croatia. Bogdanovic. You'd expect him to make it. Toby in there battling with Zubats. And beautiful play on the inbound. Slovenia give away an easy one. Bogdanovic can easily go on a 10-0 run, but now they've got to cope with Doncic, who's back in the game. Goran Dragic, or Zoran Dragic, missing from the arc. Filipovic, there he is, fresh, ready, rested. You want 29? I'll give you a quick 29, coach. Let's go. And forces Slovenia to call a timeout. I mean, this kid, look at him. Even the Dragic's are diving at him, trying to stop him, and he goes in and scores. So let's go down to the bench and see if we can hear from Coach Sekulic. Well, there are many fans here, including former Slovenia players. And this is the most famous right now. Doncic gets it over to Dragic. And the rebound from Croatia. In fact, that was Primož Brezic that we saw up in the stands. He's probably wishing he could have played with Luka Doncic. Oh, nice play down low to Zubac. Croatia working it, trying to get the basketball in the lane to get some good shots. Doncic steps back. Hezonja now has it. So the lead is 21. If you're Croatia, you don't even think about the score right now. You just keep playing, try to get some good shots. And I guess with an open three, that's not a bad shot for Roko Percussion. Now the foul called on Filipovic. So apparently the first words that Sekulic had in the timeout for Slovenia was "Don't panic." I'm not sure if that's him being funny or he's just wrapped up in the intensity of the contest. Filipovic pulls up his dribble. So yeah, he was saying don't panic now that the gap is below 20. Well, you know, Croatia, they got some talent. They can certainly come back. Unlikely, yes, but possible, absolutely. Roko Percussion hands it off to Filipovic. Wide open in the three. I'm telling you, folks, that kid can play. He's got, oh boy, Damir Mulamirovic has absolutely just cost his team. He said something that Luis Castillo didn't like. Can't get a technical in that situation, coach. As Croatians working the referees, and you know they want it very badly, but you can't give away technical free throws when you're trailing by this many points. So they escape with Dragic missing the free throw. Zoran Dragic brings it up the court. Gives it to his brother, Goran. Goran Dragic, high off the glass. Toby there for the follow. You know, you go down this Slovenia roster and say, we got to stop Luka. We got to stop Goran. We got to stop Zoran. If we do that, you know, Prepelic isn't here, so that's good news. But then Mike Toby comes out and routinely beats you in plays like that. It is a very difficult team to beat. Hezonja for three. Oh boy. Seeing much better now from Croatia. 44-27. Hezonja with 9 points. Zoran Dragic for three. Gets it right back. Percussion has the ball stolen. Up ahead, Dragic, another lob, and Toby. And you hate it for the young Pregame, but that turnover is just unforgivable. You cannot turn the ball over when you're down like this in that fashion. And we were just talking about how Toby is just there. He gets in the paint and you give him the lob. There's only going to be one result. I believe that was Matthias Smodis watching this game. Used to be one of the top players in Europe. Here is Hezonja again, another three. Oh, 12 points for Hezonja. So the famous chant that you always hear in Slovenia is, "Who's not jumping?" This is the translated version, obviously. "Who's not jumping is not Slovenian." So that's what you always hear when you go to FIBA Basketball World Cups, when you go to FIBA Eurobaskets, Olympic Games. The Slovenian fans that are there are constantly singing or chanting that. Another lob, and this time for Croatia, and Žižić goes up. And Croatia doing a great job of stabilizing things. And again, if they can get some stops and rebounds, make this a game. Alexei Nikolic with the drive. Great coverage there by the Croatian defense. Filipovic for three. Oh boy, I almost wanted that to go in. It's got a front and back of the rim and came out for Filipovic. And Hezonja, the ball batted out of bounds. So another timeout, and starting to see some good basketball from Croatia, but they have got a mountain to climb, trailing 49-32. So that was a great hustle from Žižić, one of the Croatians that's played at the NBA. He's come back to Europe now, and so, you know, talent is in abundance in Croatia, but you gotta use that talent. You gotta come out. And now, I think without question, the most talented player in Europe, from Europe, Luka Doncic, having words with Luis Castillo, getting an explanation on something. Mike Toby, Sekulic. Suddenly nobody's happy. Hezonja for three. Good. Goodness gracious. Hezonja's caught fire. He's got 15, and suddenly it's a 14-point game. And as Sekulic was telling his guys, don't panic just because the lead had dropped below 20. What's he telling them now? Doncic turns into the corner. It goes. A three-point shot. Boy, that is soul destroying. And yet another example, Edo Muric. His team just plays with so much confidence when Doncic is out there. Hezonja looking for a foul. And Doncic drives in. Toby had a second look. Doncic getting tangled up with Filipovic. Filipovic is Filipovic doing his best to take on Luka Doncic. Hezonja with the board, 17 points the difference. Filipovic hands it back off to Hezonja. It's been terrific. Honestly, for Croatia, one of his most important performances tonight, folks. The way he has played, and he's fouled and earns a trip to the line. Great play, and even getting under the skin of Luka Doncic. Yeah, Hezonja was at one point just one of the highest rated young players in Europe. Went to the NBA, didn't really work out there, but you know, the reality is maybe we haven't seen anything close to the best from this young man. Hezonja with 15 points tonight, still 27 years of age. And again, when you're trailing, you just can't stomach the idea of missing free throws. And he misses both. So that's a tough pill to swallow for the Croatians. Now Doncic. Oh, he goes up for the flush. Well, I guess we had to know that was coming from his reaction at the other end. That takes the lead back to 19. Can Croatia get something on this possession, cut into this deficit, and then play good D? Hezonja looks for space, puts up a long three, and a little bit of time for Doncic. Will it go? I wouldn't be surprised, but it was short. So that's the end. Croatia have done a great job of battling back. Yes, they're trailing by 19 points, but they're showing they've got a lot of heart. They're battling away, but there is just a mountain to climb after that horrendous first quarter. Slovenia leaded at halftime, 54-35 over Croatia. One big difference, the free throw line, and obviously 5 more makes inside the arc for Slovenia. The three-point shot has kind of helped Croatia maintain a pulse in this game. They're being out-rebounded. Interestingly, just 3 less assists. Dragic with 18, Luka Doncic 13, Toby with 10 for Slovenia, Hezonja with 15, 5 for Filipovic, and 4 for Zubas. Bogdanovic is the player they want to get going, but he hasn't gotten going yet for Croatia. Well, feast your eyes on these highlights. When you play Slovenia and Luka Doncic is in their team, they're going to come out and they're going to hit you in the mouth pretty early in the game. And it's not just Doncic, it's everybody. It's contagious. Great pass from Zubac there early on to Dragic. Here's another look at that same play. And there's Luka when he started taking over. For Dragic, leading his team in scoring tonight. Those were 2 of his points. And Doncic more than happy to be the provider, as we can see on that lob to his teammate Toby. Roko Rogic plays with a lot of fire, a lot of intensity. That was him getting a pretty straightforward layup. He's got 3 fouls, though. He had to leave the game. And again, we talk about Bogdanovic missing, and then Zoran Dragic goes to the other end and scores. Bojan Bogdanovic just 1 of 5, so it's not like he's missed a ton of shots, but just hasn't been able to get into the flow yet. Filipovic, in fact, has 5 points. And this was his basket early on. Well, I'll go out on a limb and say right now this thing isn't over. I think we saw enough from Croatia in that second quarter to know that stranger things have happened. This team has the ability to come back, especially if they're able to get that deficit down to 10 points. But they need to come out strong in the third quarter if that's going to happen, you would imagine.
Who will you become when the moment arrives and you're carrying the expectations of an entire nation, representing your people and their dreams, the colorful faces in the streets, the screaming fans in the stands? It's time to make your move. All eyes on you, all hope, all heart. Because when you win for all.
Sensational stuff here in Bosnia-Herzegovina. But Gavic again. This time, he is not going to be denied.
Now it's a 3-on-3, going all the way through and scoring. Voitsa. Was that through the legs of his opponent? Using up the seconds. Rosenthal draws the switch. Top 3. Jumper. Vene knocks it down. It's good. Simpson de Vene. That is why he was the leading scorer in window number 1. That is why they got him the ball with the clock winding down.
Ogban Ulubai, his first 3. Now the steal. Right at the buzzer. Oh, he made it! He made it! Are you kidding me?
He's up to 18 points, 10 rebounds, double-double for him. And thrown up, acrobatic move from Lowe. Sensational move from Mauro Lowe, the Alba Berlin star, now a star for Germany.
And alley-oop! And Papagiannis flushes it and will go to the line for a potential 3-point play. That's a good connection there with Papanikolaou the second time.
The Czechs need a score. Pulpan crosses over, kicks it, 3 to win it. It's good! Penica buries the 3. Is that going to be enough to win this game? There's 1.2 left.
They throw it above the ring. That'll do it. They take the 3. We're talking game margins now.
Well, he made 1 3 in the first half, but he's not made another. Oh, how about that? Joel Parra. Look at this. Around the back.
And great hustle by Aldali. Kunjer fakes, bounce pass into Kamaja. Are you kidding me? What a powerful move from number 28, just like he does for Galatasaray. Well, Mario Hezonja has done everything that he can to try to lift Croatia tonight. He's got 15 points. Scoring down low, 2 of 5 inside the arc. He's also hit 3 3-pointers. This is one of them. I think he got a green light him. He's shown us tonight that he's got it. So with Hezonja, Filipovic, Bogdanovic, if he could get it going, Bogdanovic has missed his 2 threes. Croatia will be looking to claw their way back. And Goran Dragic, what does he do when he comes out of retirement, out of international retirement? He does this. He scores 15 points to lead his team to a 54-35 advantage. Absolute legend. This guy played for his country so many years, going back to the 2006 FIBA Basketball World Cup, remembering him in Sapporo and Saitama when he was young, and the FIBA Eurobasket in Madrid the following year. And obviously the great moment of winning the FIBA Eurobasket 2017 for Goran Dragic and Slovenia, when he was the MVP of the tournament. And what does it say about somebody like Goran Dragic, who at this stage of his career, having already retired from international basketball, what does it say about him wanting to come out of retirement to play? Because I think he fully appreciates the significance of what it's meant to him for his career, and he wants to be a part of this, especially as it continues to be very special for Slovenia. You know, it wasn't just 2017. They've kind of moved from strength to strength. So Toby has been exceptionally good tonight. 7 rebounds as well. Doncic has the 6 assists. So Toby, you would imagine, is going to have a double-double, 10.7 rebounds. Dragic has, again, the 15 points to lead all Slovenia scores. He's got a couple rebounds and an assist. You're always on a triple-double watch with Luka Doncic. 13 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds, 2 steals. And Goran Dragic has also had himself a nice game. 6 points, 5 rebounds, an assist, and a steal. Highest rated efficiency player for Slovenia is Doncic, plus 19. And the second highest is Mike Toby, plus 14, and Goran Dragic is plus 12. These guys saying, you know what, I've seen a lot of basketball over the years, but I've never seen anything like it, what we're watching tonight, or what we've watched the last few years. And Luka Doncic obviously showed his wares in Europe, playing over here, went to Real Madrid, became the best player in Europe. And then basically, after his dynamics at the Eurobasket and doing everything with Real Madrid, said, I'm ready. And went to the NBA and has just continued to elevate his game against the elite players in basketball in the world. So is he the best? Well, you could certainly state a case for him being the best, or you could I don't think you could say he's the best yet because he hasn't won the NBA title, he hasn't won the Olympic title, but goodness me, I mean, when you talk about Olympic title, I mean, Slovenia wouldn't have been within touching distance of the Olympics if he hadn't played. So sometimes you got to put things into perspective, and really, you know, getting the NBA title. We saw Dirk Nowitzki get his with Dallas. One of the great moments in his career, but also all of Europe was cheering for him. We saw Pau Gasol do it. So many great memories. So many great Slovenian players over there. And also so many great Croatians. And they'll be thinking right now, you know what? We've got a chance. We got to come out. We got to play D. We got to rebound. And we got to punch back quickly. So far, Dragan Bender is the only player that has yet to play tonight for Croatia. Hey, what's that guy doing? He's catching some winks. I don't believe it. Somebody wake him up, kick him. Okay, you could get it right now, but the game's about to start again. Well, folks, download the FIBA Basketball World Cup Qualifiers app into your smartphone just right now. Put it up there to the barcode, and you'll get all the latest news, features, videos, you name it. It's there. Interviews. I've got it, and I can highly recommend it. So starting this second half, Roko Prkačin, son of Nikola Prkačin, the former Croatia big man. And a alley-oop starts off Toby. And you know that Slovenia want to come out and just slam the door shut. They don't want this possible comeback to be discussed. Zubac turns, passes it back outside. And there's Hezonja missing. Good work, Prkačin keeping it alive, but not able to save it. So 56-35, 21 points, the advantage. That attempt rattled out. Good work from the young Prkačin. You can see he has got a lot of ability, Prkačin. Roko Prkačin, and flying in for the rebound is Bojan Bogdanovic. Bogdanovic steps back, hits the three. And that is a shot taken as if, from his standpoint, this is like a layup. I expect to make it. Filipovic. Bumps Goran Dragic. You can see it's a little bit of a tough call on Filipovic. Just 25 years of age. Three-point shot. Edo Muric has done well tonight, but he misses that one. Hezonja. He needs to find Bogdanovic, who just hit a three. They need to get him a touch. There he goes. Ooh, tough dribbling. Gets it outside. Hezonja hangs in the air. Great work, Zubac, and the foul called on Toby. Mike Toby's been, he kind of hooked him. That's what they called. Watch his left arm right there. Good call by the ref, by Proch, the Polish referee on the baseline. Prkačin going to work on Doncic. Oh, Prkačin Nice elevation and good idea, but great save by Zoran Dragic over to Luka Doncic. Percussion getting a hand in the face, and he can't stop Doncic. Filipovic looking for space. I'll tell you what, anybody watching number 4 for Croatia right now, Roko Percussion, has to be interested because his athleticism and skill is high. Now, going the other way, Zoran Dragic puts it up. There's the follow from Toby. Just spent the past few seasons at Valencia Basket in Spain, has been an absolute top-notch player. Great decision to bring him into the fold for Slovenia. And then Dragic off to the races, and guess what? Toby easily going to get his double-double tonight. So Mike Toby, 14 points, 8 rebounds, 2 blocks. 61-38. Scan that in for live stats some more for your FIBA Basketball World Cup app, folks. More free throws, 8 more makes now from the floor, and all adds up to a 23-point lead. Also more points off turnovers. But there are signs in this Croatia team that if they could put it all together, it might not happen tonight, but they could be a very dangerous group if they could make it to the FIBA Basketball World Cup, if they could qualify, because they have got some talent. They've got young talent, exciting talent, and Roko Percussion now is going to check out of the game. So it's going to be Bogdanovic, Filipovic, Lovro, Ginjiric, Hezonja, and Zubac. Edo Muric guarding Hezonja. Hezonja drives in. Hezonja trying to get the call in. Zubac with the putback. Back to a 21-point deficit. Dragic at the line. Bogdanovic has it knocked out of his hands by Zoran Dragic. Have they called a foul here? Yes, they have. That was pretty obvious. Certainly on the replay it was obvious. Oh no. Seems like they should have had him at the line there. And up ahead it goes. Zoran Dragic blocked by Zubac. And the ruling is that the ball already went off the backboard. So I thought they had called the foul, but they did not. But clearly Bogdanovic had been fouled by Zoran Dragic. Zubac, who really, I think, shot to international fame as he goes up when he played at the FIBA Under-19 Basketball World Cup back in 2015 in Greece. And the drive, and Dragic is met at the rim, and he's fouled by Zubac.
You can understand the frustration from Mulimerovic. It's a tough call, but and maybe what he's saying is, okay, make that call, but make it at the other end. And he might have a point. Chance of MVP for Goran Dragic. Unless they're chanting it for Doncic as he comes back onto the court. Now Dragic misses both. Hezonja brings it up the floor. Croatia haven't been able to cut into that deficit like we thought they had to. And what a lob to Zubac from Bogdanovic. Big time. Oh, Zubac has come out to play here in this third quarter. And Dresnik called for the foul. Three team fouls on Croatia. Another lob. Toby. Boy, he earns a living up there catching those lobs, doesn't he? Doesn't matter who throws it. He goes up and gets it. And he knows what to do with it. So the fiery competitor, Goran Dragic, goes out, takes a seat. Alexei Nikolic back in the game. Look at that. I mean, it's almost a basket without him going up, but still. Toby leads the world in alley-oops today. And Bogdanovic fouled while making the three from Edo Muric. I mean, this is a guy that is just utterly sensational. Look at this. Got to give him some space, folks, when he's going up for the shot. He is looking for any contact, and he's got the ability to make that three. And here's Croatia. Everything going against them, even in this third quarter, and they're still trailing. Or they're only trailing by 20, although Bogdanovic would have liked to have made that. But midway through the second quarter, Dragic now out of the game. To get it stopped, go down and score. Doncic puts up a kind of a out-of-control shot. Hezonja. Into the corner it goes, three-point shot. Oh, he's got to make that. That was Zubac, or excuse me, that was, I think, Zubcic. Excuse me, that was Gijedic missing that three. Three-point shot from Doncic, rims out. Good rebound, Bogdanovic. Right idea, but I'm not sure that Bogdanovic and Zubac were on the same page. Three most dangerous players on the court right now. Bogdanovic, Hezonja, and Zubac also very active. And you just wonder if Bogdanovic is going to have to sit down just for a minute. Looks a little winded out there. Here he is, getting the basketball. He's open. He takes the shot. Zubac hits it out of bounds. They needed him to make that, Croatia. every game counts. That goes without saying in the World Cup qualifiers, because you need the wins to carry over into that second round, where the top 3 teams from the 4 groups of 6 will advance to the World Cup, which will be held in Indonesia, Japan, and Philippines. Blažić called for the foul. And as it is right now for Croatia, they need wins pure and simply just to get to the second round. And then if they're able to get to the second round, could be a case of them having to run the table just to have a chance to make it. Gigadimez back in the game. Bogdanovic back down low. Oh boy, that was Zubac. He'll be regretting he didn't make that. That's why you like to dunk it, but that would have been a tough spot to dunk it. And Doncic this time, I think he was trying to go to Gigadimez. Well, Slovenia lowered the boom in the first quarter, but you feel like they've got to lower the boom again because Croatia hanging around. So Hezonja doing a great job maintaining his balance through the contact and then scoring. So Edo Muric takes the seat, and Horvat comes back into the game. Hezonja now 18 points. Nikolic open short. And I think Bogdanovic wanting the foul, letting it be known, and then just kind of stumbled and approached the Polish referee. Watch this. And approach is called, I guess you have to say, the technical. So very frustrating for Bogdanovic. Zubac coming back into the game. Zubac also coming back into the game. So Doncic gets a chance to go to the free throw line and add to his tally. 17 points now, I think. 7 assists, 5 rebounds. Doncic has the ball knocked away. Zubac, and fouled by Chabasic. So Slovenia over the limit here in the third quarter. And also Croatia with an opportunity. But anyway, Zubac misses another free throw. And just, again, another something that simply cannot happen for this team. They're really struggling at the line. 6 of 11, 54.55%. He misses both. Now 6 of 12, Croatia as a team. Into the corner, and another three, and that's what happens. A 5-point swing off the missed free throws. Nikolic goes down and goes back to a 21-point lead. So instead of being down by 16, you're down by 21. So Toby getting tangled up with Zubac, who going back to the free throw line. Needs to really concentrate. And he's now missed 3 in a row. Just the agony. And now has missed 4 in a row. Doncic has it. You have to climb a mountain, even when you have a good run. Sometimes you look up and you still have to climb a mountain. Here's a pass, and the reverse layup. Slovenia just turning on the style right now, up 23. Looking to go up into second place in the group and to get their third win. Žižić called for the foul. Zubac goes out. Shot it. Didn't shoot it too badly. Free throws during his in the NBA. He's just had an off night tonight. He's shot 75% for his career at the free throw line in the NBA. Zubac. And Toby knocks it off the rim after the miss from Zubcic. "11 minutes remaining. Doncic steps back. Hezonja for 3. Doncic. So he gets fouled by, again, Žižić. His teammates know that when he is in the game, really, they're the favorite. And Doncic, when you talk about any team in Europe, I think that applies. Now they lost to France in the semifinals at the Olympics, but they lost by 1 point, and it took an incredible block by Nikola Batum on Klemen Prepelic driving to the basket to to get that result and deny this Slovenia team a spot in the final. But I'm not so sure. You know, these Slovenia players, they have so much confidence with Doncic that when they walk out on the court, they think they can beat anybody. There's Bogdanovic back in the game. Goes up against Blazic. Did the hard work, but then missed a shot. Blazic. And there's the offensive rebound from Hrovat and putback to finish things off for Slovenia. Blazic will be claiming that's a pass, but we all know that's not the case. Unless it was an alley-oop pass and Hrovat didn't jump. Three quarters in the books. Slovenia still on top. They lead it 76-51 over Croatia. Well, digest the numbers. The free throw shooting, even though it's really bad for Croatia, you know, they were already trailing by a lot. They were already trailing by a lot when they were missing those free throws, but certainly they were down 18, had a chance to get to 16, but a couple missed free throws from Zubac. He missed 4 in a row. And since that point, you just feel like Croatia just, their challenge has just kind of disappeared. So Slovenia can even have a dip in form, and they lead by so much that they have the capacity just to kind of like turn it around, call a timeout, do whatever, and then go back up. All they need really is one mistake by the opponent. It seems like pouring gasoline on the fire for them. They just take it to a different level. Toby, we see him with that alley-oop jam, just catching you up on his numbers. 16 points, 11 rebounds, plus 25 efficiency. Now, granted, you know, he'll give a lot of credit to Doncic for all of his assists. Toby, you wouldn't have all this 16 without Doncic and Dragic and everybody else getting him the rock. But even so, he has produced in a big way tonight. Also has a couple of blocks. And you, my friends, can scan in the courtside 1891 to get all your streams, schedules, scores, you name it, right at your fingertips on your smartphone. Now, fourth quarter underway in Ljubljana, Slovenia. The game has been as good as advertised for the Slovenia fans, what they would have hoped for. Good job getting rid of it as he was falling. Bogdanovic not able to make the shot. Žižić rebounds the miss. And I think Johan Rosso wants to get a towel out here to wipe up the sweat on the floor. Because watch what happens to Hazan here. Bam. Ooh. So the referee has it within his power to blow that whistle and stop play. Well, certainly if he deems it unsafe. We came here to the Eurobasket, FIBA Eurobasket 2013. And the hopes and expectations of Slovenia were high at that tournament, but that was before Luka Doncic was on the scene. I mean, he was just starting to cut his teeth at Real Madrid. And now the trip, they're able to get the basketball back. Bogdanovic for three, hits a three. I don't think anybody in their wildest imagination, Slovenia, could have anticipated. It's not so much winning games, because they've always believed they could compete with the best, but it's winning the way they've been winning. With style, with panache, with really the kind of basketball that, as they say, puts bums on seats. I mean, everybody wants to see this style of basketball that Slovenia plays. And a lot of that obviously is inspired with Doncic. Blazic coolly sinks the jump shot from behind the stripe. With Doncic out of the game, maybe this is a time when Croatia can dream of going on a little bit of a run. Hezonja. These two teams will be in action again during this window. Zubcic with the rebound, gets it over to Hezonja. No look pass to Zizic. Croatia will next be in action at home against Finland on July 3rd. Finland topped the group, remember, winning today. So they are now 4-1. That will not be an easy opponent, to put it mildly. Three-point shot from Nikolic. Stretches the advantage back to 81-56. And Slovenia will travel to Stockholm to take on Sweden in their next game. So that'll be on Sunday. Three-point shot is good. So Jacob Chibashik joins the three-point shooting party. Well, trust me, if he's in this national team, he's in it for a reason. He's a good player. And he shows you right there, he is fully deserving of his spot on this roster. Croatia called timeout. Croatia's game at home against Finland will also be on Sunday. So Slovenia, again, you go back and you remember that first quarter, as we see the blocks and the steals, the defensive stats for these teams, another indicator of how good this Slovenia team is. Not just the pizzazz, the razzle and the dazzle on offense. It's also on defense. You know, they're jumping into passing lanes. They're reaching around for some turnovers. And also you get the shooting numbers there. But you go back and you look at how did this game get out of hand? Well, it was in the first quarter. And it just, all of a sudden, as we talked about Slovenia, as they are wont to do, score was 7-6. And the next thing you know, you looked up and it was 27-6. So, and that took about 5 minutes. Croatia just hit a drought of epic proportions. And Slovenia clearly did not. Nikolic thought his teammate was where he wasn't. Nearly 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. It would be the mother of all comebacks if it happened for Croatia. And I don't, you know, with, well, Bogdanovic is still out there. Hezonja is out. Zubac is out. So they haven't given up the ghost. Rogic for three. And Žiga Dimec called for the foul on Zubac. Sticking his rear end into him. So Goran Dragic comes back into the game. Goran Dragic called for the hold. Oh boy, the dude just get it in bounds in time. Hezonja puts it up and hits the mid-range jumper. Well, Hezonja hasn't played horribly tonight. "20 points, 8 rebounds. He showed some leadership tonight, really, when the game was still there to get back into it. Zubac goes up. Misses. Rogic goes up, can't get it. Now Dragic has it. But, you know, you fall behind 33-8, and it's going to be awfully difficult to get back in the game. So they did well. They got it down to 14 points, Croatia. Zubac called for that foul. So that they were able to reduce the deficit back to 49-35 with 2 minutes left in the first half. And then Slovenia finished the first half scoring 6 unanswered. I believe that's Matt Jasmodis. I think a player that many would consider to be the best Slovenia at one point, certainly in Europe. And nice reach, and now they got it back. 3-point shot, good. Oh, makes it a little bit look a little bit better. 85-61. Zubcic with the 3. Dragic. Limit Slovenia to 1 shot. Go to the other end. Score again. And Zubac putting his body on the line. So Luka Doncic is going to go and help him up. Well, Doncic bit on the pump fake, and then Zubac, I guess, knew that the punishment was coming. Could probably make a case that that was an unsportsmanlike. They could review it if they wanted, and they will review it. Is it a dangerous play? Is it overly physical? He was playing the ball, but maybe this will go Croatia's way. Excessive contact coming down on the head. And Zubac wasn't being overly theatrical again either. What you have to realize with all these referees is that, like, they have so many times where they're assessed immediately after games, how they've done on certain calls. Did they get it right? Did they get it wrong? They spare no expense making sure these guys, and they do indeed call the unsportsmanlike. So you can believe that that was the right call. And Doncic here, in the grand scheme of things, leading 24 points, you don't need to be complaining too much. So Zubac makes the first. I didn't think it was a 100% call, but I could see how they would make that call. And Zubac returns to his better free throw shooting form. I think when he had that string where he missed it, he was just out of Doncic. Doncic is like, well, what about when I got hit in the face and you didn't call anything? Okay. I'm not gonna argue with Luka Doncic. Rogic over to Zubac, gets it to the corner. Hezonja. Rogic with the offensive rebound, puts it up, and just did not finish with the left hand. And 5 minutes remaining. And usually after Luka Doncic gets a little bit upset, he makes a play. Let's see if it happens here. Nope. Quick pass up, and they get it again, and it leads to a Bogdanovic dunk. So the deficit is back to 20. What might Sekulic want to talk about here? Or no, he's not. I thought he'd call a timeout. So Mike Tobey is going to come back in. You can see that on his right biceps. He's got that huge scratch. Doncic no-look pass. And he's got his double-double. And he's not far off from a triple-double, folks. He's got 7 rebounds. Do not be surprised if Luka gets the triple-double for the trouble. Goran Dragic arguing that he got all ball and that Rogic went down. And then it goes to Zubac, and he is fouled by Tobey. And Zubac, looked like Tobey got a lot of ball there. And judging from his reaction, look at this. I mean, that was a great block. The only thing you could think is, did he get him in the body? Because it certainly looked like it was all ball up top. You have to think that Mike Tobey has raised eyebrows around the world with his play the last few years in Europe, with Valencia and also with Slovenia. He is quite the talent. I mean, he can step outside and hit the three. I think he's a little bit underrated. Certainly Slovenia rate him very highly. Well, they're going back to that. They're going back to that cheer. Who's not jumping is not Slovenian. And Zubac not able to capitalize. Gets it back to a 21-point deficit. So Doncic now 8 rebounds and 10 assists to go with his 18 points. He's 2 rebounds shy of the triple-double. Tobey keeps it alive, but Zubac comes down with the basketball. Zubac run off the three-point line, and now the reach. And it's either Horvat or Dragic. I think it's Horvat with the reach and the foul. So the clock stops. And more free throws. Dragan Bender comes in now, coming into the game rather, making his first appearance. You know, you have to remember Dragan Bender is just 24 years of age. He was the 4th overall pick by Phoenix back in 2016 in the NBA draft. Things didn't work out. now with Maccabi. First game for him in over a year after he had that horrible injury with Maccabi. If you haven't followed him, last May. So again, 24 years of age, and this time the three-pointer is made over him from Luka Doncic, who could probably care less if he gets the triple-double, to be honest. He's probably had so many it doesn't really matter. He's got 21 points now, 10 assists, and 8 rebounds. And that was the pass for Bender. Doncic for three. A little too long this time. Horvat with the rebound, gets it back out. The drive and the basket is good. Dragic. $19 points. He still got it, and Bender comes over to try to deny him. Look at this. Just an amazing player. So timeout by Croatia, 2:24 to go. So those colorful, kind of lime green clothes wearing Slovenia fans cheering on their team. Goran Dragic, was it worth it coming back? You betcha it was. This is what he wanted. He wanted to come back, experience this again. I mean, it was, you know, when he decided to walk away, everybody was like, huh? I mean, he was still, you know, in his prime. Decided he needed to step away, and that was his right. But he's such a good athlete, good player, that he's been able to come right back into the team and make a big impact tonight. Led the team in scoring in the first half. So Goran Dragic, 19 points tonight, and mission accomplished as Slovenia are going to get their third win. Nice drive down the lane by Hezonja, and Croatia will have to really dig deep. Be mentally strong ahead of their last game. Because if they can win, I want to make sure I've got this. If they could win, they would own the head-to-head tiebreaker over Sweden if Sweden were to lose in their last game to Slovenia. But Croatia will have to win their game at home against Finland. Goran Dragic missing, and they get it back, and they put it up and in. I think that was Matsura. Yep, Yuri Matsura putting it up and in for his first 2 points of the game. Goran Dragic, a little bit out of control there. Now here comes, behind the back. And the game opening up considerably here. Gregor Glass in the game as well, number 33. Here's Dimets. He hasn't scored yet. Well, you really hope that Goran Dragic somehow stays involved in basketball down the road. But I guess he'll have plenty to keep himself occupied. Probably has a lot of fingers in different pies. Obviously, it's family. But he will definitely, I would think, have a place with Slovenian basketball as well. There's the three-pointer. It's good. Well, add another one, Gregor Glass to the scoring brigade. Slovenia now with 97 points. Nikolic, will they go for 100? Or will their coach, no, Sekulic says, we don't need to do it for the shot clock. We don't need to get the 100. We don't need to make this any more emphatic than it already is. Just a great start tonight, and Slovenia just weren't going to be corralled after the way they started tonight. Tough loss for Croatia. They'll try to rebound, stay in the hunt, get a win against Finland, and hopefully progress to the last round, looking for Slovenia to do them a favor against Sweden. Slovenia will win it 97-69 over Croatia. Just amazing competitors, really. And just the ultimate respect that Hezonja and all of these Croatia players have. They have for Goran Dragic, for Doncic, and you can see the Croatians saluting their fans. It was a real hard show, really, at the line for Croatia, but again, it was not just about the free throws. They were struggling to keep pace with Slovenia in the early going. Just a lot better offense, a lot better job breaking, putting the ball in the basket, you name it. Doncic, 21 points. Dragic, 19. Toby, 16. 22 for Hezonja, 14 for Zubac, and 13 for Bogdanovic. Doncic came up a couple rebounds shy of, there you see, the triple-double. Goran Dragic getting the celebratory hoist or bounce up in the air. Welcome back, Goran, to the national team. Luka Doncic, he's going to say something to the crowd here. Well, now we know that Luka Doncic does it all. We already knew that he did it all on the basketball court, but this is his house, and this is his world, and we live in it. So does Goran Dragic. So a night of triumph for Goran Dragic. A night of triumph for Doncic and Slovenia. And this was Doncic in the second half. doing a little bit more of what he did in the first. It's not just about the scoring. When the defense comes to him, he's always looking for his teammates. And they really do have a distinct advantage with Toby to be able to just lob it up. He really does know what to do with it. And Bogdanovic, well, he's had better nights, but just wasn't able to get it going early tonight. And that probably didn't help their cause. Doncic, meanwhile, even while being guarded by Pregame, able to hit that three-pointer. Watch this again. Goran Dragic anointed the MVP tonight by Luka Doncic, and Zubac as well had some good moments, some difficult moments. You did feel like Croatia had a chance when they made a run in the second quarter, and they were able to cut it back to a 14-point deficit with 2 minutes remaining, but then they gave up 7 points, I believe it was, to Slovenia to finish the half, and they didn't recover it. Alexei Nikolic also getting in on the act. And just as they cruised to the finish line, everybody was getting in on the act. Subasic with the three-pointer. Pretty much one-way traffic in that fourth quarter. So at the end of game day 5, Slovenia's 97-69 win over Croatia has lifted them to 3-2 in second place. Still a game behind Finland. Sweden are 2-3 after their loss today, and Croatia are 1-4. Remember, Croatia host Finland, and if they beat them and Slovenia win at Sweden, Croatia would advance to the second round. Otherwise, it will be Sweden. Well, we came to see Luka Doncic and Goran Dragic and Bojan Bogdanovic tonight, and we saw Luka Doncic and Goran Dragic and Mike Toby and everybody else for Slovenia conquer Croatia. Thanks for watching, everybody.